Well, hey ladies, it's Deborah, and it's Thursday afternoon, 11:30 a.m. on the Pacific Northwest timeline, so it's time to take a breath. So please uh, put away your phone, put your feet up for a minute, have a cold drink, and just join me for about 30 minutes today. Now, you may notice that I'm missing my colleague and friend, Wendy Clem. Wendy's sick today, and so she's not able to join us, but I have a feeling she's probably on Facebook Live listening along with the rest of you. And so I hope that she's doing well this afternoon and recuperating as we get going. So if you have a time to rest for a moment and just take a break, it's important in the middle of our day, in the middle of our week, to stop for a moment and just kind of connect with one another. So today we have an exciting topic. Now, Wendy and I planned this together, so I'm going to share with you some of the ideas that we had, and her ideas are going to be mixed with this as well. So we're excited about this topic. And the question that we're asking is it Christian to create wealth? So ladies, welcome as we talk about this. As you know, we provide clarity so you can focus on building a sustainable business, create margin in your life, and impact those that are around you. So as we look at this and talking about this topic of the ability to create wealth, Wendy was sharing with me a story over this past weekend. Now, she's talked about her cleaning business and the many lessons that she's learned from it. And this was another one. This past weekend, she was had a big bonfire and was burning the last of her records from her cleaning business. And so while she was sitting there, she said that she was remembering some of the time when her cash flow had dried up. Boy, if you've ever been there, you know how concerning that is. It's stressful. You have payroll to meet, you have expectations, vendors to pay. And as she was thinking about that time and the lessons that were learned, she was remembering that you have to pay attention to all of the numbers of your business and to review them often. For myself, over the years, I have had a love-hate relationship with money and financial records. And this is sort of funny because I'm a former banker. You would think that numbers were my friends. But the reality is that if we don't look at our numbers, whether we're talking about our business or we're talking about our personal finances, there is no freedom or power. And we have to master and apply good biblical financial principles in our businesses in order to have be able to do the things that we want to do with our business and be able to grow it and to provide opportunity for our employees and our vendors and our customers. Can it grow and expand if we don't have the cash in which to do it with? So I know that as entrepreneurs, we often just like to do the things that we do that we've been called to. But mastering and running our business is one of those important aspects that we need to do. It is about honoring Jehovah Jireh, our provider, because we're stewarding the resources that he has given to us carefully and that we're using them to the very best ability that we have. So if you've struggled with this today, we're going to talk about a couple of things and give you some tips that you can use and some resources to help you through this as we talk about our finances and creating wealth. So first thing we want to do is really talk about the term stewardship. It's the key to understanding our ability to create wealth. And stewardship is knowing that everything belongs to God and that we are his managers of his creation, the business that he has given to us to manage. And it is really that proper alignment that we have in ownership. Now, I've talked before about alignment with our faith, our family, our career. And this is a similar alignment as you think about God is the creator and we're the stewards that are taking care of his business each and every day. Now, Winnie was talking about in her mind that she was seeing that freeing up money. Wow, think about having freeing up money that you can use. That's through healthy money management. It's about earning more money through the freedom of entrepreneurship and then putting it all together to grow your wealth and creating a financial legacy. And really, what isn't there to love about that? I don't know about you, but I think about that term, financial legacy, and leaving that to my family to build upon as well. So if we think about the freeing up, and you've heard us talk about this freedom, being in bondage to debt, as well as trying to scramble each and every month to pay the bills. There's no freedom in that. It's about being in bondage. So creating wealth is really about creating freedom and to help serve others. So when we think about the attention over the years that people do have a problem with freeing up their money and thinking about it and how they use it to serve other people through their generous giving to other causes or other people, or being able to support them. And we don't even think about it. It just seems to be a part of our natural lives. So today we have three main points. I'm going to go over those with you today. And as we think about each of these, the first one is, if we're going to have freedom in creating wealth and freedom over our money management, we have to look at expense control. This is about minimizing expenses as well as monitoring our income and our expenses. Now, if you haven't been scheduling routine looks at your money each and every week, I think you've heard us talk before about Financial Fridays, putting that appointment on your calendar that says, I'm going to take a look at my books. I want to know what money has come in, what money is expected to go out, and what do I need to do over the coming weeks and months in order to remain profitable and sustainable. And this gives you the opportunity to review areas that you may have that you can reduce or eliminate expenses that are creating a hardship or a bind that is not allowing you to loose up money. It also allows you to identify gaps in revenue generation. Maybe it's around collection of your invoices and ensure that payments are made on time to your vendors. And you can find some of these answers if you look at your income statement. This is your profit and loss statement. Now, if you're not familiar with that, be sure you look at it on your software that you're using. Sorry about that, whether it's QuickBooks or if you have another method of looking at your finances. This is a great opportunity to get involved with that. Or maybe you have a bookkeeper, and the bookkeeper can show you where you can get that income statement that you can take a look at it. This will give you a story about your business that allows you to start making good financial decisions and investigating where some expenses may be that you can eliminate. How do you increase your revenue? So get familiar with that particular financial statement and start thinking about the story that it's telling about your particular business. Now, important to make sure that you're paying your vendors as agreed. Sometimes Christians don't have the best reputation about making payments to others, and you want to be above and have a great reputation with those that you serve. Because if times get lean or you have a problem, if you've been a good payer to those vendors, they're going to give you some valuable terms to help you get through the tough spots as well. All right, the second part of this is then looking at asset management. This is our second talking point. This is where you optimize your assets and increase your sales. So the first part you want to do is take an inventory of the assets that you have. This includes looking at your equipment, your product that you've already developed. You want to think about your talent, which is your staff, as well as your finances. How can you leverage these for a greater gain? How can you overcome some weaknesses that you may have on your SWOT analysis and grow your business? This is where you may have opportunity to break into new territory, to sell more to existing customers, or leverage the resources that you also have for greater efficiency. Now, one of the tools you can look at in your financial documents is your balance sheet. This will tell you how much of the business that you own, how much do you owe to someone else, and what is your business worth. If you need to borrow money, if you need to help to grow or expand, you need to understand about your business and what you owe and what the value of your business is so that you can get the most favorable terms. All right, so we've looked at your balance sheet, we've looked at our income statement, and I should have mentioned as well as your cash flow statement. Cash flow is telling how much money, how much cash, not invoices, cash is coming into your business, as well as how much cash is going out. Do you have enough to make payroll? Do you have enough to grow? And understanding those three statements will help you to be more financially stable and to be able to do the freedom to do the things that you want to do. All right, talking point number 3, and that is reinvest, create reserves, and give generously. So when you think about your team and your business, reinvesting, setting aside money, a percentage of your money to reinvest into the team that you have. This is a valuable lesson from COVID. Having your team well trained where they're able to move ahead and be able to take advantage of the infrastructure or tools that are necessary for you to achieve goals. Look at your equipment and your processes and take an inventory with your team and evaluate how well you're using them and where you can make some new efficiencies. You know, creating a reserve for lean times is a lesson that we learned from Joseph from Egypt. He stored grain for the inevitable famine that was coming ahead. Now, I know when COVID came, I had several months of savings personally set aside. And I thought that, okay, this will last a few months and I'll be able to make it through. But you know what? It's lasted a lot longer. COVID has lasted a lot longer than we thought. And are you prepared? Were you prepared for those times? Were you ready to take in the lean, whether it's your business or personally? So setting aside those times to create the reserves that you might need. We don't know what will be coming around the corner. And it's important for us to save for those times of loss of sales, if we have a natural disaster or another calamity that may be coming and that we're not prepared for. And then we talked about it, generosity. This is a hallmark of a kingdom business. And when we look at our business net revenue, then we want to look at our tithe after that net profit, so that you can ensure your business has an eternal viewpoint and impact in your business plan. These 3 things, reinvesting in your business so that you can continue to grow. Equipment doesn't last forever. You've got to plan for when you need new. Creating cash reserves so that in a time of lack or famine, we would call it, and giving generously allows you that freedom to really showcase your business as a kingdom business and honoring God as a good steward. I don't know, these 3, as you look at these 3 things today, evaluate your own business. Now, if you're having trouble, you don't know how to read these 3 financial statements, your income statement, cash flow, or balance sheet, this is one area in which biblical entrepreneurship can be of help and support to you. And taking this class can help you to look at your financials in a way that you hadn't before. If you need a coach to help you with that, Wendy or I are more than happy to sit down and take a look at your financial documents and help you to take a look at where you can make some improvements or understand your business better. As I said previously, your financial statements are a showcase, a story of the health of your business. And understanding the story that it's telling you, as well as those that you serve, is an important component as you begin to build and grow your business into something that is also profitable and sustainable. All right, well, today we have 3 scriptures for you as well. I can't wait to share these with you. The first one is from Genesis 2:15. The Lord God took the man and put him in the Garden of Eden to work it and take care of it. And this was our mandate, to take dominion over the birds of the air and the fish of the sea and the plants of the ground, that we were to take these natural resources that we have and to use them for the glory of God, not to abuse them, not to take advantage of them, but to use them to solve problems that can serve other people, God's people throughout the world. And so as we look at this very first instructions that we received, this is an important time and opportunity that we have to make an impact. So look at yours. Look at what God's given to you. What is your Garden of Eden? What is that business that you have? Where does it need to have help and support to grow and to flourish into a business that the Lord's going to say, well done, good and faithful servant? Deuteronomy 8:18 tells us, but remember the Lord your God, for it is he who gives you the ability to produce wealth, and so confirms his covenant, which he swore to your forefathers, as it is today. You know, sometimes we think that it's through our own might, our own ability to do, our own expertise, but really it's about God and his design and plans for our business. And this is where, when we use our gifts, skills, and talents that he's given us, but seeking after him and giving him those first fruits, that we're honoring by giving generously and supporting through our tithes, our gifts, and our offerings, that we recognize his hand on our business. And so while he's given us those skills, we're using it for his glory, and we need to honor him first, because he's the one who gives us that ability to do so. Colossians 3:13 tells us, whatever you do, work heartily as for the Lord and not for men, knowing that from the Lord you will receive the inheritance as your reward. You are serving the Lord Christ. You might remember that I've said in the past that one of the great epiphanies that I've received was understanding that when I wake up in the morning, the person I serve is our Lord Jesus. He is my CEO, and I do my work, and I serve through Nehemiah Project, and I honor Patrice with the work that I do. But the Lord is guiding my steps, and I know that he's guiding yours as well. And so when I work, I want to do the very best that I can. I want to use whatever resources that he's given to me in the highest way, that I care for them, that I am responsible for how I use them, that I have do the very best with the money that he's given me, that I'm not careless with it, that I don't abuse it, and that I use it in a way that really is honorable to him. And so as we think about our businesses today, this is a time to reflect and to look back and say, Lord, am I honoring you with the way that my finances look? Do I have a plan for how to ensure that my equipment is well cared for, that it is being replaced as it wears out, so that we can do our work more efficiently? Am I investing into my staff members? Am I taking care of my vendors? Do we have a plan for generous giving into the community so that we can have an impact there? Do I understand how I can be more efficient and use our money better by eliminating some unnecessary expenses? And am I making and working at profit so that I can have the ability to look at how I can make an impact in your kingdom? The difference my business can make in the marketplace as a shining example. So again, I'm going to come back to look at these three statements that we talked about, and that is the income statement, your balance sheet, and your cash flow. And if you need help, reach out to one of us today. We'll be happy to do a 30-minute free discussion with you, coaching session, and take a look at it and make some recommendations on how we might be able to help you going forward. Well, I know this is a little short today. I miss you, Wendy. I'm sorry. I know you had some great comments that you would like to make today to add to this discussion, but we want you to get well and to revive yourself. So as we talked about at Nehemiah, we provide really holistic training and coaching that's founded on these biblical principles. And we customize our programs to your specific needs as we surround you with this community of biblical entrepreneurs from around the world that are in alignment with your Christian values and faith. And our tools and processes are designed to move your business forward to achieve results. So as you're looking today, thank you so much for joining me. Next week when you'll be back with us. And as we go forward, make sure you take a look at some of the offerings that we have in our chat box going around. We have Identity and Destiny that's starting, upcoming classes around biblical entrepreneurship. Again, schedule a time for coaching either with myself or Wendy so that we can help you build a kingdom business. And as always, we close our day with from 1 Chronicles 16:11. Look to the Lord in his strength and seek his face always. All right, ladies. Well, it's been great being with you today. I hope that you had a chance to just revive yourself for a few moments as we get back to work and the work that the Lord has for us. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Thanks, everybody. Bye now.